What's up? We are here live. Well, welcome to the iBall Radio Live, man. D. Will, the coach, here with my guy Lance Gilbreth. Y'all know him as Lance from Huntsville, of course, with Breezy, number one man on the ones and twos. And we are here live from the 42nd annual Huntsville City Classic. And we are here for the championship game. We are now in the second quarter, 21-19, 3:19 to go. Bob Jones is leading by 2 points. Very good, exciting basketball game. Very well played so far. You've seen a lot. Like, if you're in the building right now, you're watching this. Okay, that's fine. Y'all see what's going down. We got the camera on the game, so we're gonna kind of call the game for you up until halftime. But here's what I want to tell y'all. I got my hoodie on, so y'all know who's in the building. Hoodie D. Will is in the building, so you know how it's about to go down on this call. But Lance, man, kind of tell me, what are you thinking? How's it been so far this basketball game?
First play of the game. Jaden Parks, two-hand dunk.
Yep.
I mean, he just set the tone, and like we said, it's a make or miss type of sport that we play.
Right.
And Bob Jones been making shots.
They have, and this kid right here with the basketball, Jeremiah Wilson, has been breaking down guys off the dribble. He has been able to get to the paint, get 2 feet in the paint, and also find guys on kickouts and also score for himself. He's a kid that we've been talking about a lot. Over the last 2 years, in the state championship game, he hadn't had his best performances. And people were asking, when is Jeremiah Wilson going to step up and be himself? He's showing tonight that he is the guy that everybody thought he was. He already has 8 points on the night as he's posting up right now, going to the basket, work, playing all 2 feet again, up and under, misses it, out of bounds to Bob Jones. But Lance, we're going to call the game. Let's talk to the people real quick that are tuning in. This is an unexpected final. Very unexpected final.
I think a lot of people thought it'd be Florence Huntsville.
Yeah.
If you were to take a poll before this, I think those would have been the 2 teams that people would have chosen.
Right.
But we got Buckhorn, Bob Jones, and it's a heck of a game.
Heck of a basketball game. And I probably would have leaned towards Fairfield. I thought Fairfield was going to fare better, but losing by 50 to this Buckhorn team, kind of, yeah, you know what I mean. But great basketball game being played right here. Josh Wilkerson off the inbounds from underneath, knocks down a huge three-pointer.
Buckhorn's first lead.
That's Buckhorn's first lead of the game. 22-21, 2:40 to go here in the second quarter.
I tell you what, Buckhorn, Bob Jones has been trying to figure out the defensive end. They've gone zone, they've gone man, they've gone full court, half court, all different, and they're trying to figure that out. Yeah,
now Coach Starkey is throwing a lot of defenses at them because Buckhorn is doing a really good job of breaking down whatever defense they come out with. So he's trying to try different things to see what works to keep Jeremiah Wilson and Frederick Derrick out of the paint. Those guys are doing a good job of getting into the lane and being able to kick it out to their shooters and also score for themselves.
I tell you what's been impressive to me is you have 2 6'9s that they faced last night. Bob Jones did against Huntsville, and Jeremiah Wilson is doing a better job protecting the rim.
Right. They have Bob Jones hadn't got a lot at the basket, and like you say, Jeremiah Wilson's doing a good job of controlling the paint. Here we are, Bob Jones running their offense. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Penetrate to the block by Frederick Derrick, picked up by Joshua Wilkerson, but he's stripped by Jacob Parks. He turns it over. Frederick Derrick picks it up, kicks it out to Jordan Lindsay, and he finishes underneath, and it's tipped by Eric Morrow. He was tipped by Eric Morrow, and they call a goaltend. Basket good by Jordan Lindsay. What a chaotic sequence right there as Buckhorn gets the basket on the goaltend.
Again, Fred at the right place at the right time.
And then not only that, he gets the ball in instantly. Good point guard play. He had his head up and visualized the floor and made it on time, on target pass where Jordan Lindsay could finish it and get his shot blocked. Coach Starkey is really arguing that a goaltend. It was a questionable call. It looked like Eric Morrow may have gotten it before it hit the backboard, but however they call it a goaltend. Bang! Huge shot right there by number 11, Harrison Lockett, the lefty, as he knocks it down to junior. Huge shot. That was the shot that Lockett is usually a corner 3 guy. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes from the top of the key. So for him to knock that down, that's a really big shot for Bob Jones. Jordan Lindsay on the wing. He trips and falls, turns the basketball over 24-24, 108 left here in the second quarter before halftime. Caden Rickard downhill. They're going to call that a charge. And that's the second foul on Caden Rickard. Huge call right there. as he was going to the basket, got pushed up high around Jordan Lindsay's face. Now, I will tell you this, Lance. Jordan Lindsay is one of the best on-ball defenders in the state of Alabama, regardless of position. He really sits down under the basketball, and he really showed it there against the bigger Caden Ricks.
I tell you what I want to see from
Caden Rickard.
Buckhorn this time is to move the basketball. The last couple times they went kind of like ISO play. That's not their game.
Right. As Fred goes ISO there, gets to the basket and one. Well, I guess Fred was like, Lance, no, I'm going to the hole.
I got this.
I'm going to the hole. But that's the thing. We spoke about that with Huntsville High. They don't have that guy to just do what Frederick Derrick did.
Right.
I'm coming down, I'm breaking you down, and I'm just getting mine on my own. No offense call, no set being ran, no screen, no dribble handoffs, nothing. I'm just getting downhill to score. And Frederick Derrick is one of the best in this area at doing that.
You cannot speed him up
at all. Plays at his own pace. Frederick Derrick to the line for one shot. Free throw is up, and it's off the rim. However, tipped out of bounds by Eric Morrow. Man, Lee Garcia just does all the little things. He does all the little things. That time, he went hard after the rebound off the free throw and caused the tip out of bounds by Eric Morrow.
You know, on iBall, we talk a lot about players, and we talk about teams, but we highlight a lot of players. Buckhorn is a team.
That's a fact, man. They're playing very well together. And we all know, here's Frederick Derrick penetrating to the lane, gets to the basket, puts it up off the rim, out of bounds off Josh Wilkinson on an attempted rebound. But yeah, listen, everybody questioned what Buckhorn was going to look like with Caleb Holt leaving. What was this team going to be? It was so Caleb Holt-centric, especially in those playoffs. He went superhuman to win those 2 championships for Buckhorn. Everybody questioned, can Jeremiah, can Fred, can they carry them? They're carrying them. However, they don't need to, because it seems as if when Caleb departs, they become a more cohesive group.
I've been impressed. I mean, you got 7A teams in this tournament that are very good. You've had all classification teams that are very well.
Right.
And here they are in the finals.
Here they are. Bob Jones up top, 9 seconds to go. 5 on the shot clock. Get it underneath. Great pass from Morrow to Parks underneath. 3 seconds to go. Frederick Derrick crosses half court, pulls up for 25, and it's short as we head to overtime. Tied up at 26. 26-26. Buckhorn, Bob Jones here for the 42nd annual Huntsville City Classic championship game here live on iBallRadio.com and the iBall Radio YouTube page. We're going to stay right here with you for a while, man. Me, Lance Gilbert, Derek Williams here. We're sitting up top here at Huntsville High School. Great tournament has gone on already, Lance. But this championship game is tied at the half. Could you ask for anything much more?
No, that's why you pay your money at the door.
Right, because 26-26, man, very evenly played game. And we spoke about this during the first half before we came on air. Buckhorn has played a really good first half. They have not made a lot of mistakes. They hadn't turned it over much. They're making shots. They're running offense. They're recognizing defenses, putting their schemes together and adjusting on the fly, still playing good basketball. But the entire time we were saying that, Bob Jones was winning. Bob Jones took a 6-point lead at one point.
Shots.
Right. They were making shots. They continued to make shots the entire time. And Buckhorn, who was playing good defense, it's not like they were getting anything they wanted on Bob Jones's end. However, you saw the game steadily trend in Bob Jones's favor until Buckhorn makes a good run there to tie it up going into the half.
And by the way, Huntsville took 3rd place and Ramsey took 5th. What did you see in that Ramsey game?
Man, earlier today in that Ramsey game, they just overpowered Hazel Green, right? Jaden Williams had a really good basketball game. I think he had, if I'm not mistaken, I think he had 21 points and 12 rebounds, right? The Georgia Southern signee, in game 1, we questioned, right? We had a question. Jay Green showed up very well in game 1, had 28 points. I think Jaden Williams only had 4, right? He came back.
And that put him in the loser's bracket right away.
Put him in the loser's bracket. But his 2 games in the back, Jim, he had 22-9, 21-12. He really stepped up and showed, I'm that guy that everybody says I am, and I deserve the signing at Georgia Southern that I got on the Division I level.
So what do you think about the bounce back win that Huntsville had over Grissom?
Now, it was impressive to see Huntsville come out after that demoralizing loss, right? Like, that you can just tell those kids' hearts were broken after that game. I think they really wanted to sweep the city this year, right? They wanted to go out. That crew has been together since 8th grade. Braden Rivers got there in the 9th grade, but they have been together now for 4 years. They wanted to go out in their senior year saying, we swept the city, right? We beat everybody in the city. We didn't lose a game in the city. We won the N2 hoops. We won the Huntsville City Classic. However, it didn't work out that way. So to watch them come out this morning in a game with not a lot of fanfare in their own gym, that's not the championship game, you thought you might would have saw a little drawback. However, you saw them play a heck of a basketball game.
There was one guy that wanted it.
Braden Rivers. Braden Rivers.
It's on me.
Hey, listen, Braden Rivers played the best game I've seen him play in person. I'm just going to be honest with you about that. His aggressiveness, the way he was tracking the basketball, the way he was playing on the defensive end, like you say, he really was pushing to get it done today. And he helped his team do that.
Absolutely.
But as we sit here, man, here at halftime, 26-26 for the Huntsville City Classic championship game between Bob Jones and Buckhorn. Two unlikely teams, but they're the two teams that are here and both are deserving. Now, when you look at the bracket that was put together for this year's Huntsville City Classic, it's a bunch of, like you mentioned earlier, a bunch of very good 7A basketball teams, right? However, on the other classifications, they got some very good 6A basketball teams, but they got the number 1 5A team and the number 1 4A team to come participate in this tournament. So this was some really good talent and really good basketball being played throughout this weekend, and it's cultivating with a great game right now.
And to tell you how good it was, you have the 10th ranked 7A team in Enterprise, and they had a tough time.
Yeah, they struggled. I'm not sure. Did they win today?
No.
They did not win today.
No.
So Enterprise went 0-3. Tough. That's tough. Yeah, man. So a great tournament so far. Great game that we have right here so far. 26-26. I'm going to run down and get the stats real quick, fellas. Lance, you're going to keep talking to the folks. You and Breezy. I'm going to run down and get the stats real quick, and we'll come back and give you the halftime stats, and then we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for the remainder of the game.
So my question to Breezy is,
what's that, Lance?
Tell us about those Bo's Best Wings.
Man, I've eaten a lot of food in my life. I've eaten a lot of chicken wings, but Bo's just he just got it. I mean, I don't know, I don't know what to say. They're really good.
The dry rub for you?
Yeah, it's the dry rub, the way they cook, they fried hard, you know what I mean? So it's everything I would want, and everything I need. So
and that peachade?
Yeah, that peach punch, peach lemonade, they call it peach, whatever. Really good. If you haven't had it, I suggest you go get some.
So being a music man, on the ones and twos, producer extraordinaire.
Yep. All that.
How would you rank the music at the Huntsville City Classic?
I would have to say that the music has been off. It has not been on point.
We're playing Ice Ice Baby right now.
We're playing Ice Ice Baby in 2024 at the Classic. But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Back to your regular scheduled programming.
And we're back. Okay, got the stats for the first half. When I tell you this was a very, very well played first half, Bob Jones shot 55% from the floor on 10 for 18 shooting, 5 for 8 from the three-point line for 62%. That's why they're in this basketball game. They're really shooting the basketball well. As Buckhorn goes 10 for 20, 50% from the floor, 3 for 8 from the three-point line, and 3 for 5 from the strike. Very well played first half. 20, we see. They only had 6 total rebounds for Buckhorn.
I was wondering if that was right.
Yeah, that's a really low number. That's why I had to look again. It says they only have 6 total rebounds, 13 total rebounds for Bob Jones, with 4 of those being offensive. However, with those 6 rebounds, 2 of those offensive, 4 defensive for Buckhorn. That's a low number, bro. Well, I guess it wasn't a whole lot of missed shots.
I mean, looking at Bob Jones, 5 of 8 from 3. Is that right?
Yeah, 5 of 8 from 3.
That's not bad.
Like I say, 3 of 8 for Buckhorn. 6 turnovers for Buckhorn. 10 turnovers for Bob Jones. That's what's keeping Buckhorn in the basketball game. Do they have points off turnovers?
Look how many steals Buckhorn has.
Right. Largest lead was Bob Jones by 5, Buckhorn by 3. Tied 5 times, 6 lead changes. So yeah, very well played first half. Interested to see the second half as Buckhorn now comes out of the locker room for the second half. Any adjustments? If they played a really good first half, it's not a lot of adjustments to be made. You saw them make adjustments on the fly with all the defenses Coach Brian Starkey threw and Coach Patrick Harding. The guys on the floor did a great job of adjusting on the fly and making the plays needed to be in this basketball game. If you were Coach Harding, what are you saying to your team at halftime, Lance?
Continue to be patient. I think when they are patient, they're getting the shots that they want. When they seem to take the air out of the ball and they're dribbling and not passing and trying to make something happen, that's when it gets bogged down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're patient and working as a team, you're seeing good things happen.
And that's the thing about Buckhorn. They're a good one-on-one isolation team with Frederick Garrett and Jeremiah Wilson. However, they do a good job of being isolation one-on-one players off of action, right? Not just coming down and I'm going to break you down on a 1-4 flat. It's let me come off a screen, let me come off a loop, let me cut and get through, let the ball swing back to me, and now I can get to work. So if they continue to do that, I think they'll have a good chance to win this basketball game. For Bob Jones, if you're Coach Brian Starkey, again, you played a really good first half. You shot it well from the 3. You shot it well from the floor. What is your message to your team?
Well, I think the thing that helped them last night that would help them tonight is it seemed like, now I don't know this, but it seemed like he went to a thing that said either layups or free throws.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking it to the basket. They're either going to foul us or we're going to get it. And that's how they overcame Huntsville last night. And with the size advantage that they have, might not be a bad strategy again.
And I agree with that. That might need to be something that he employs. However, they got to stop turning the basketball over. If they leave this game with 20 turnovers, I got a good feeling that they will be on the wrong side of this basketball game if they continue to turn the ball over at the clip that they're turning it over right now, because you don't want Buckhorn to start getting out, get runs, because they got back in this basketball game when they were able to turn them over. They sped the pace up. That's why Coach Brian Starkey went to the zone to slow down Buckhorn, because he can't stop Jeremiah and he can't stop Fred from getting downhill. So let me pack this zone and make them shoot from the outside and see if I can turn them over.
But one thing I guarantee you, like last night in the second half, we saw the stars rise. We're going to see Caden make a big play. We're going to see Fred, Jeremiah make a big play.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some big plays in this second half as we come into this thing all knotted up. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen, man. 26-26 as we get ready to start the beginning of the third quarter, the second half of the 42nd annual Huntsville City Classic championship game between Buckhorn and Bob Jones from Huntsville High School here in Huntsville, Alabama. Derek Williams, Lance Gilbert, Breezy in the building here for iBall Radio on iBallRadio.com. We will be back at the end of the third quarter as we will run the fourth quarter with you live here on iBallRadio.com. And we're back here live from the 42nd annual Huntsville City Classic. iBallRadio.com. Derek Williams, Lance Gilbert, Lance from Huntsville, and our guy Breezy on the ones and twos as we are here live for the championship game between Bob Jones and Buckhorn as we are now entering the fourth quarter. And you already know with what's been going on this weekend here at the Huntsville City Classic, you knew this game was going down to the wire, and that it is, as the game is now 43-43, heading into the fourth quarter. Buckhorn takes the ball out at half court. Lance, tell me, what have you seen from this exciting
Call your mama, call your daddy, tell them to tune in.
Tell them to tune in, man. Call your mama, call your daddy, tell them to tune in. Fred on the right wing takes it to the hole, up and over. Harrison Lockett gets fouled as he will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws right off the bat. Man, listen, I'm going to tell you something real quick. Frederick Derrick has been insanely good in this basketball game. He's been good on every single aspect. He only has 6 points. However, he has orchestrated the game. He has put guys in the right position. He's called the right sets as the first free throw is up and good. He's played a very, very high-level game so far.
Floor general.
I mean, the ultimate.
General.
Like I say, man, college coaches are sleeping by not going after Frederick Derrick. Second free throw is up and is no good. Rebound to Jordan Parks, over to Caden Rickard.
Hey, Jordan Parks is on fire.
He is, as he crosses half court into Eric Morrow. Morrow looking, dribble handoff to Rickard is tipped away by Jordan Lindsay. Spin move, Caden Rickard, tip up, no good. Out of bounds off Jeremiah Wilson. Listen, I told you, Jordan Lindsay, who's about 6 feet maybe, is doing a yeoman's job one-on-one against Caden Rickard. They have just put him up. Now Josh Wilkinson switches out. Harrison Lockett in the corner, drives over Lee Garcia. Good head fake move, misses the layup. Rebound. Bob Jones kicks it out into Eric Morrow. He up and finishes. Big time play there by Eric Morrow as he finishes on the other side. That was a weird offensive possession. It was kind of chaotic, all over the place. However, Bob Jones gets the basket in the end. Little token pressure by Bob Jones. Jeremiah Wilson drives in, foul from behind by Parks. Actually, they didn't call that on Jordan Parks. They didn't call that up top. Looks like they called it. Yep. Looks like they called the block on number 4, Mitchell Robinson. That is his first personal foul. Jeremiah Wilson to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. 45-45, 7:03 left here in the fourth quarter in the championship game of the Huntsville City Classic. Jeremiah Wilson set for a second free throw. 2 bounces up, and the second free throw is also good as Buckhorn takes a 1-point lead.
So let's see if Bob Jones runs this little set.
Jalen Rice has been extremely quiet this basketball game. As soon as I say that, 3 ball up and good.
Right on cue.
For Jalen Rice. Big time basket as Bob Jones takes a 2-point lead here with 6:41 left in the game, 48-46. Frederick Derrick up top, one-on-one, going against Jordan Parks, up and over, misses it off the rim. He can get downhill on Jordan Parks whenever he wants to. Caden Rickard pushes up and down and good. And 1 for Caden Rickard as he goes up and over Jeremiah Wilson. First personal foul on Jeremiah, so no foul trouble there. However, 4-point lead now for Bob Jones as they look to get separation as Caden Rickard steps to the free throw line to shoot 1.
That was one of those plays where I'm just going to show you.
Right. Conversation between referees at half court. Looks like they gave a warning, maybe. I'm not sure what that conversation was all about. However, Caden Rickard to the line for 1 free throw. Free throw is up and good. Timeout. Bob Jones, 30-second timeout. Bob Jones, 51-46. Bob Jones leads over Buckhorn here in the championship game. Lance, the interesting thing about this is we've seen this a couple of times. In the first half, we had 6 lead changes in the first half, right? And Bob Jones' biggest lead, wrong one. Yeah, I was still correct. We still had 6 lead changes in the first half. Bob Jones led by 5. So they have matched their biggest lead of the basketball game here in the third quarter. We've seen this happen. Like you say, we saw this happen in the first half, and we saw Buckhorn walk them down. If you're Coach Patrick Harding in this huddle right now, which he is not in, he is complaining to the referees about something. He has been talking to the referees.
We missed something
this entire timeout. Something happened that we don't know what it is, and the coaches are discussing. And Patrick Harding right now does not look very happy as he's just entered his huddle for the timeout. Full timeout.
I would love to know what happened that we missed. Because the referees keep on talking.
Yeah, the referees are still conversing.
Talking.
Right. Referees still conversing. Coaches are still complaining. Coach Patrick Harding is still working with one referee here on the baseline. On the court right now for Buckhorn, Frederick Derrick, Jordan Lindsay, Jeremiah Wilson, Lee Garcia, and Josh Wilkerson. For Bob Jones, you got Jalen Rice, Caden Rickard, Mitchell Robinson, Eric Morrow, and Jacob Parks are the 10 on the floor here in the championship game of the Huntsville City Classic, with Bob Jones leading 51-46. Lee Garcia with the corner 3. It is off the rim. Rebound, Jordan Parks. Jordan Parks might have double-digit rebounds also in this basketball game. He is playing a well of a game right now. Bob Jones slows down the pace. 5:45 here in the fourth quarter. Caden Rickard with his patented spin move. It is off, gets his own rebound up, and he is fouled. He is fouled as Caden Rickard will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws here with the 5-point lead with 5:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Foul's called on Frederick Derrick. That's his second personal foul.
Is that length of Bob Jones starting to weigh on Buckhorn a little bit?
Yeah, man, those big guards are starting to get downhill. Caden Rickard is doing a really good job as he's up and misses the first free throw. Caden Rickard is doing a really good job of getting to the painted area. And no matter who's guarding for Buckhorn, if he gets that deep into the paint, he can go up and score over just about anybody on the floor. So it's going to be tough for Bob Jones to, tough for Buckhorn to counterpart that, as the second free throw by Caden Rickard is up and good. 1-2-2, 3-quarter court press here.
Look for Jeremiah to get involved. He has gone a little bit quiet.
This zone has really stagnated Buckhorn's offense. Really good strategy here by Coach Bryant Starkey as he goes to the zone, slows down the offense, goes to the zone, knowing he can't stop. Frederick Derrick was living in the paint. He knew he couldn't stop him from getting, you can't give him that. Jeremiah Wilson from 3 from the corner, and that is a basket. The zone has to do a better job of rotating.
Now Jeremiah has 16.
52-49, 4:58 left here in the fourth quarter of the championship game in the Huntsville City Classic. Bob Jones versus Buckhorn. Lee Garcia, great defensive play, almost gets the steal. Fred keeps going. Eric Morrow picks it up. Jalen Rice downhill, and he makes the layup. Basket good by Jalen Rice to take a 54-49 lead, 5-point lead for Bob Jones. Fred crosses half court to the center circle to Jeremiah Wilson, over to Jordan Lindsay. Wilson up top, looking. Skip pass. Jordan Lindsay throws it to the third row on the skip pass.
But just keep in mind, this is a championship team. Bob Jones has never been here before.
Right. So we understand Buckhorn is a back-to-back 6A state champions. They know how to play in this type of situation. They've been in battles a lot here. That's a great play. So Caden Rickard swings it. He's been going through on this smash play and posting up every time. On that one, Frederick Derrick, who was guarding him, overplayed the cut. Caden Rickard turns around and comes off a pin down screen, has a wide open 3-pointer, just misses it from the top of the key. Here we are, Jordan Lindsay up top between the circles. Bob Jones stays in this zone. Jeremiah Wilson in the high post. Timeout Buckhorn. Full timeout by Buckhorn. Coach Patrick Harding wants to sit down and make some adjustments. That zone has really taken them out of rhythm. Like you say, Jeremiah Wilson hadn't really been able to get off much here in the second half with that zone stagnating the offense a little bit. Great job by Coach Bryant Starkey as he's doing a coaching masterpiece here in this year's Huntsville City Classic. And if you're Coach Harden, Lance, what are you drawing up right now?
I think I got to get either Fred something going to the basket. Jeremiah's been pretty hot from the perimeter. One of those two guys got to get me a shot.
So against this zone, what are you doing to counterpart this zone if you're Buckhorn? What kind of action? Because it looks as if they're just passing the basketball around the perimeter. What is your strategy right now coming out of this timeout against the Bob Jones zone?
I would set Jeremiah and Lee on the same side, so then they got to choose. Because you do not have post presence, doing that makes them choose. You're going to take your poison with running out on Lee, or and then you just pitch to the other guy.
Right. So there it is, man. Lee Garcia, and it looks as if right now Jeremiah Wilson and Lee Garcia are standing on the same side as they take the basketball out. Jordan Lindsay goes to the high post. Come out of the timeout. Buckhorn looked a little confused right there. Jordan Lindsay just went and stood in the middle of the lane. Nobody moved for Buckhorn. They did it. Lee Garcia pops. Foul on Garcia. Turnover on Garcia. Listen, it looks as if what you said, Lance, was coming to fruition. Coach Patrick Harden drew up a play. It looks like he wanted to get Jordan Lindsay on a zipper screen on the baseline. Jordan Lindsay didn't go off. However, they popped Lee Garcia to the wing, and they tried to pop Jeremiah to the high post. They were either going to try to get the three on the wing with Lee Garcia, or Lee Garcia hit Jeremiah at the high post. However, the ball was tipped on Lee Garcia's attempted pass, and it was turned over as Bob Jones now has the ball up 5 points, 54-49, 3:29 left here in the fourth quarter.
I think this is the fourth quarter almost like football because Bob Jones got that size. Do you lean on him? Just keep on leaning down low.
Right. Can you beat him in the trenches? Can you beat him in the trenches? Token foul there by Lee Garcia. Okay, here we're playing with a shot clock here in the Huntsville City Classic. We're starting to implement the shot clock here in the state of Alabama, right? Here's the issue I have with it. On a foul or on an out of bounds play, they're resetting the clock back to 35. That clock shouldn't go back to 35 if it's already started running. It needs to go to, if it's under a certain amount, it needs to go back to that certain amount. Like now, it's at 23. They're putting it back to 35. That's tough. That's not how the shot clock works on other levels, right? It doesn't reset fully for a foul or a reset of or out of bounds. So that's one thing I think the rules committee, as we do continue to implement the shot clock into Alabama high school basketball, that's something that we need to take a look at. Foul on the floor. Mitchell Robinson going to the line for 2. First free throw is up and good.
And just looking through, nobody on either team is really in foul trouble.
Right. So let's see how aggressive this is. However, Buckhorn is in that's a violation. Violation by Mitchell Robinson. Lane violation on Mitchell Robinson. Misses the second free throw. Buckhorn is shooting Bob Jones is shooting free throws the rest of this basketball game. That's something interesting with 2:56 here left in the fourth quarter. Oh, great move, Frederick. Missed the layup. Gonna have to score those. Great move. Gonna have to score those. Bob Jones gets the rebound. Oh, you can't leave Jacob Parks. You can't leave Jacob Parks. You can't leave Jacob Parks. As he's
up to 26.
As he knocks down the corner three-pointer. 58-49, 9-point game here in the Huntsville City Classic. Championship game. Jeremiah Wilson, and he misses a layup at the rim. Jeremiah Wilson and Frederick Garrick have missed back-to-back layups at the rim. Caden Rickard downhill to the corner. Jacob Parks, boom! Jacob Parks is shooting the lights out of the gym as he now has 28 points here in this championship game. Jeremiah Wilson comes back, three-pointer off the rim as Woo, 61-49. Bob Jones is taking charge in his basketball. Oh, what a dribble by Caden Rickard. Great pass on the baseline. Harrison Luckett. Time out. Buckhorn as Bob Jones has gone on a ridiculous run here in the fourth quarter to take a commanding 63-49 lead here with 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. Lance, my goodness, Jacob Parks is shooting the lights out of the gym tonight.
He needs to buy Caden Ricketts dinner.
Because he is serving him up.
Serving him up.
He is serving him up. They cannot stop Caden Rickard from getting downhill. His size is just too much for those Buckhorn guards right now, and he's finding Jordan Parks. The thing about it is, Lance, how are they losing Jordan Parks? He just hit 2 back-to-back threes from the exact same spot with absolutely no defense around him. He has 28 points here in this basketball game. How does Buckhorn continue to lose him?
Well, I think their biggest problem is they don't have a rim protector, so they do it by committee, which everybody runs to protect, and then that leaves the arc wide open.
And like I say, it's very, very tough for them right now. They cannot stop Caden Rickards from getting downhill, man. He is very impressive tonight. He's not having a huge scoring night as he only has 12 points, but my goodness, he is controlling this basketball game right now.
I bet he has 10 assists.
At least. I know he's probably pushing very close to a double-double, but right now, man, what does Buckhorn have to do, Lance? What is Buckhorn's strategy right now? Down 14 points with 1:44 left here in the game.
You got to make the ones they give you. I mean, we just saw Fred and Jeremiah miss layup, but now you got to get some threes.
Yeah, you got to get some scoring buckets. This little token 1-2-2-3 quarter court pressure has really thrown the rhythm off for Buckhorn. And then when they fall back, they're falling back into a 2-3 zone, and it is giving Buck. The lane is wide open. Lindsey to Garcia in the corner, and that's a basket. Huge three-pointer. 63-52, 11-point game, 1:28 to go. Lee Garcia with 15 points on the night. It's probably his 5th three-pointer.
Hey, you think this crowd would have learned their lesson from last night? Just saying.
Yeah, you think they would have, because a lot of people got up and started walking out. I don't know if they just got to walking or you got to walking out, but if you leave this basketball game, I'm telling you, because last night we had a 7-point game with 22 seconds on the clock. Bob Jones ends up beating Huntsville High in that basketball game. So I'm telling you, if you're in the building right now and you're trying to beat the traffic, I suggest you to just wait it out. Wait it out, because Buckhorn, who we know has championship pedigree, is not out until the fat lady sing. And Lance, let's be honest, we got clipped.
We got clipped.
We got clipped from last night's game by us saying that the game was over. And they told us that the game is never over till the game is over. We learned a valuable lesson last night.
We did.
So I will not say this basketball game is over, as we have 1:28 here left, 63-52 and left in the fourth quarter in this Huntsville City Classic.
What a luxury is it to have a 6'6" point guard?
Right. Let me ask you a question. On that play right there at half court, that's a loose ball in the air. That's anybody's basketball. It looked at me like Lee Garcia got to the ball and Caden Rickard hooked his arm. How's that a foul on Lee Garcia?
That's tough.
And the referees always call it that way. They always give the advantage to the offense when that's a loose ball in all essence. However, Caden Rickard going to the line shooting 2 free throws. First free throw is up and good. 64-52, 127 here left in the fourth quarter.
I think Bob Jones put some folks on notice this tournament.
They did do that. Second free throw is up and no good. Jeremiah Wilson with the rebound. Pushes it across half court in the center circles. Looking. Lee Garcia for another 3. Short. Off the rim. Jordan Parks with the rebound. Frederick Derrick with a great steal off of Jordan Parks. Oh, and they call it off of Frederick Derrick. Bob Jones basketball. Looks like Bob Jones is
Jeremiah Wilson has gone quiet this half.
Bob Jones playing a little offense for defense. Foul on Frederick Derrick. Hold before the basketball comes in. Ethan Horton to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. 65-52, 13-point lead, 1:13 left here in the ball game. Substitution for Bob Jones. Jalen Rice comes in for Mitchell Robinson. Second free throw by Ethan Worthing is up and good. 66-52, 14-point game, 1:13 to go. I kind of know the answer to this question already, Lance. What are you doing if you're Buckhorn?
Bombs away. You got to make some threes really quickly and get some stops.
Another wide open missed layup by Jeremiah Wilson. Buckhorn just could not finish this basketball game. Missed layup after missed layup. That is 6 easy points right there that we've seen Jeremiah Wilson and Frederick Derrick both miss layups here late in this fourth quarter.
And something to point out, and kudos to Buckhorn, like they're playing with a short bench, and these 5 guys that are on the court right here played pretty much every minute of every game for 3 days. That's hard.
Yeah, and that's a great point because they are gassed. First free throw up by Caden Rickard is good. Second free throw on the way. It is up and also good. 68-52, 58 seconds to go. I'm not going to say it, but I feel safe. This one here is tough. Frederick Derrick, corner 3. That is blocked by Jacob Parks. Jacob Parks has played a whale of a basketball game, and that will do it, man. Here, 42 seconds left. They're just dribbling it out. Bob Jones will win the 42nd annual Huntsville City Classic here in Huntsville, Alabama at Huntsville High School. Lance, I'm going to ask you right now. I already know the answer, but who's your MVP?
Oh, man.
That's a tough one.
Parks is going to get it because of the points, but the engine has been Caden Rickard.
Caden Rickard has been the best player on the basketball court tonight, without a doubt.
And last night. I mean, if you look at the overall tournament.
13.8 to
Just
go.
having the luxury of a 6'6" point guard that can do what he does is really nice. And he loves the game.
Substitutions, man. Wholesale substitutions for Bob Jones as Caden Rickard celebrates on the sideline with his head coach. Jacob Parks also celebrate with his head coach, Brian Starkey. And Brian Starkey and the Bob Jones Patriots will be the winners of the 42nd annual Huntsville City Classic as we wrap up here from Huntsville for an outstanding, and I repeat, outstanding Huntsville City Classic here in 2024 as Bob Jones are the champions of the Huntsville City Classic here in Huntsville, Alabama for 2024. Lance, give me your thoughts, man. Basketball game kind of loose at the end. It was a good game all the way through 3 quarters. However, Bob Jones found a way to pull away in the end.
They made threes, man. I don't know the total numbers, but they made lots of threes, and that helps a lot of things when you make that. I mean, Parks was
and tournament director, Mr. Mark Russell. They will now be presenting the Wade Lipscomb All-Tournament Team presented by the Sports Commission. If you are here in attendance, we ask that you please make your way down onto the court. From Lee, Keontae Watkins. From James Clemens, Noah Gorman. From Columbia, Elijah Wilson. From Hazel Green, Legend Cook. From Florence, Caitlin Chandler. From Jemison, Tyrion Bryant. From Enterprise, Aiden Williams. From Ramsey, Jay Green. From Austin, Harry Malone. From Fairfield, Hilton Jones. From Sparkman, Orlandis Beal. From Thompson, Riley Bryant. From Grissom, Effie Singleton. From Grissom, Javon Alexander. From Huntsville, Braden Rivers. From Huntsville, J.D. Costin. Buckhorn, Fred Derrick. From Buckhorn, Jeremiah Wilson. From Bob Jones, got ice in his veins. He knocked down a big one last night. Eric Morrow. From Bob Jones, Caitlin Rice. From Bob Jones, with a high knife, Jacob Parks. And the tournament most valuable player. From Bob Jones, Caden Ricker. Gentlemen, let's allow everybody to get some pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, join me. Let's give this group of young men a huge round of applause. I don't know the coach of America that would want this squad right here. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, at center court, Mr. Mac Howard presenting the Jerry Dugan Most Outstanding Coach of the Tournament. It goes to Brian Starkey. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together. They had an amazing tournament run. They had 18 three-pointers in a single game. They had an outstanding tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for this year's runner-up, the Buckhorn Bucks. One more time, let's give it up for the Buckhorn Bucks. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at center court again, our tournament director and Huntsville City Schools Athletic Director, Matt Power. And joining him is our sponsor from the Orthopedic Center and Huntsville Hospital Sports Center, Dr. Brian Carter. Presenting the John Pruitt Championship Trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bob Jones Patriot. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stay off the court. We would like to keep traffic off the court. We know you want to celebrate with the champion Patriots, but we do ask that we'd like to keep traffic to a minimum on the court. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to put 15 minutes on the clock. We will be closing the gymnasium in 15 minutes. Once again, we ask that you do not enter the court of play. Please exit upwards. Please keep traffic off the court. Please exit upwards so that we can keep traffic to a minimum. Once again, we will be closing the gymnasium in approximately 15 minutes. We will be starting the clock now. and gentlemen, once again, we have an outstanding custodial crew. They do an amazing job. They have families at home, and they want to get home. They're going to be coming through with the blowers. Gym's going to be open for 12 minutes, but if we can, please clear the bleachers so that they can start cleaning. We ask everyone, please clear the bleachers. We'd like to ask everyone to please exit the court of play, make your way upwards to the concourse. Once again, we ask everyone to please clear the bleachers and the floor. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please. I want to be as polite as I can, but if you're standing on the court, we're talking to you guys. Please start to make your way up in there so we can start getting the gymnasium cleared. We really appreciate it. You can start to make your way up into the bleachers, up into the concourse. Thank you very much.